Hey yo! Hello everybody, I'm Alpha Aries, and welcome to another episode of our Riverbend YouTube series. Sorry it's taking me a little bit longer to get this one to you guys. I keep getting called into work early, which kind of makes it hard to record and upload stuff during the week, so finally found a little bit of time to try to record this episode and get it up to you. So hopefully you had a good week. At the time of this recording, the final hotfix for City Skylines has just released with a few more bug fixes and gameplay tweaks. If you're interested on the full patch notes, I've got them posted in the Discord, and they're also on the Paradox forums. And this is the last hotfix we're going to get. The next update, they said, will take a little while longer because there are more complex issues to fix, so no more weekly updates. Also, if you missed, excuse me, the word of the week from the development team or CEO or whoever it's from, we're months away from any kind of mod support, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. And even then, it's not even going to be full mod support. It's going to be basic, like you can create a map and maybe some small things. But full mod support, we're probably 6 months away, if not longer, which is ridiculous. It just makes it all the more clear to me that this game was not ready to be released and was forced out. But it is what it is. I still enjoy it and still like playing it. It just means they're going to be a little bit longer getting it the state that it should have been. So, anywho, with that being said, we're back in our city. We had just gotten this crazy high school thing built up on this hill. We had started working on our downtown area, and we had just unlocked office demand and our grand village, so we have some points to spend. So let's see what we want to do there. I think I'm trying to remember what we were going for, and I don't remember. Did we unlock? I think we unlocked our. Yeah, we were gonna. That's right. We were gonna set up our farming, but we needed to level up again to get the specialized farming going. That is right. That's what we were doing. Specialized industry. Yeah, so we need to set up. Oh, we do have wheat, grain farming we can do now. So we can set up some grain farms over here along the along this road here. So let's do that. Let's get dirt roads in here. I can turn this filter back on so I can see where to put the road. Figure if we go kind of. I still haven't found any kind of analytics or dang it, or data that shows if it's better to have one farm building with the circle filled or multiple smaller farm buildings. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't know, maybe somebody can let me know. So like, would you be better off just putting one building here that can cover this whole area, or setting up 2 or 3 with smaller fields? Like, does it matter? I don't know. Somebody needs to find out. So we'll set up this few wheat farms here. I think what we'll do is we'll just have it come to the edge of the road. Like so. And then turn the filter back on, and then see if we can get it. A little finicky trying to get it to line up to the road sometimes. There we go. Something like that, and then we'll get another one across the street. Maybe offset a little bit. And we'll take it just to the edge of the fertile land here. Or should we just go ahead and fill... Well, the circle is big enough, isn't it? We can just do that. There we go. So this will start getting us our own food supply, which would be nice. Alright, now if we ever get the ability to actually dictate what kind of industry buildings spawn, I'd like to go in and put some farming related, agriculture related industry in this area. But right now, like I said previously, the only way to do that is to zone it wait for it to spawn, see what kind of business it is. If it's not the one you want, delete it and let it respawn, and rinse and repeat until you get the desired building. Alright, so that's 2 grain farms. I think this is livestock. Can we see our production? We can. Alright, so we've got a surplus now of those 2 things, which is good. Our town is eating a crap ton of vegetables. Oh, that just changed drastically. Now we have an absolutely ginormous... What's going on? This thing is jumping around like crazy. We do need to get lumber. That's our biggest... lumber and stone. Stone you need for construction, so... Lumber and stone are the 2 we need to get up and running. I think we were wanting to set up our lumber over here. There's a lot of trees, and we have some tiles to unlock now. So I think we do that, and we need intersections, right? Wasn't that what we needed so we could build off of these highways? I think that was one of the things we were wanting to get. Can we get those? Not yet. We have to level up again. Let's go ahead and grab the things we need to get there, so at least that's done. And we can go ahead and grab the tiles there. Probably need that one. Yeah, there we go. And how cool would, I mean, I'm just trying to think how cool it would be to have some bridges going across the river, kind of how we did here, and having, you know, multiple bridges going around. That'd be kind of neat. Oh, we also need to go, I need to buy this tile as well. This one right there. So we can finish this road around the peninsula and then up the hill to our downtown area. Where is it? There it is. Loop this around. Like so. And then I think this was just our basic 4-lane. Yeah. Pretty. What is happening there? Oh, it put a wall up and it's the shadow. What in tarnation? Alright. So whenever you get something that looks wonky like that, just use your slope terrain tool and try to make a natural ramp and then build into it. I should have done that to begin with. There we go. See how much better that looks? Then you just come back in and soften it down. Now, if you want those retaining walls, you can do it kind of the same way you do the key walls along the, like we did here. But I kind of think that looks a little bit better. Yeah, we were setting up our downtown area. Oh, we're getting all these texture pop-ups again. What is this? That is the crematorium. Alright. We have basically full demand everywhere. I would like to go back through and get this built as well with the way we did the retaining wall behind the houses. I want to match that here. So let's see if we can get this to do what we want it to do. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Not grabbing. There it goes. Trying to get it to grab the right height. Sometimes you have to click a few times. And then this is just a 2-lane road. Let's see if we can get this to... Yeah. But it's not working here, so we have to go in. Level 3. Back that up just a little bit more. This would look pretty neat when it's all said and done. It would have been nice to have this tucked up against here, but because this was relatively straight and this one's curved, it would be almost impossible to get the road lined up the way we have it tucked in here. We'll go in and put some trees or something there, something to make that look a bit better. There we go. Well, you're not playing nice down there. You're playing nice right here. Why you do this? Why has this got to be so difficult? see if that works. There we go. Trying to keep the elevation, but there is a, looks like there's a hill there. There we go, do that. And then flatten this out just a little bit more. And we should be able just to run this right into this other highway here. There we go. Contours, there should be, yeah, it's like a gradual slope here. So we'll kind of go up the hill. And something like that. And then we don't need a traffic light right now. Get out of here. Get out of here! There we go. Now, the question is... So we do have an extra square to zone, but I don't know if these buildings will... I guess we can test the theory, can't we? Let's flatten this out best we can. It would be kind of neat if we could get that to be a retaining wall, but I don't know if we'll be able to... I'm wary about deleting the road that's in place because it's gonna... One, it might jack up our grids. And we've already got that tucked in there pretty tight with the roundabout, so I think we might just leave that there. One of the things that was in the patch notes I did like was that they adjusted traffic or passenger car traffic. It increased their preference for building parking lots versus street side. So hopefully, like, this is a great situation right here. You have parking lots right here, but everyone's on the street for no reason. So hopefully over time you'll see a lot of these cars move into the pre-built parking lots. So that is a nice change. Hopefully that actually works. So I'm curious if we rezone you. That's 1, 2. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we get a 6? I don't know if that's even a thing. Well, we're gonna make somebody unhappy. Who wants to be the guinea pig? We're gonna pause so that way this doesn't come back in. We're gonna bulldoze you. Sorry. We're doing this in the name of science. So now we're gonna... I need to pick the right building first. There we go. We're gonna zone that to full 6 and see if it works. It does. So we're about to make a whole lot of people unhappy then. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, pause. Go through and zone in the back there, and then delete. A neat little feature, you can just click and drag now to delete the whole thing. Just made a lot of people very angry. Look at that. That's interesting. Okay. And now, when we turn this back on, we should get full-length row houses, which will tuck up a little bit closer to our retaining wall. Beautiful. And we might have to go in and delete some of the smaller ones if it makes them, but it looks like we might get lucky. Nice. So this is turning out really cool. Alright, so that'll work on that. We have a huge amount of high density residential demand, but I don't know if it's a bug or if it's the way the game works, but you'll build these and it takes the demand down, and then after a while everyone leaves and they're abandoned. It doesn't seem like it works properly. It's got to be something to do with like your education and wealth and stuff, but the systems, I don't know, I can't figure it out. I'm sure there's other players that understand that a bit more, but it seems a bit wonky to me. Alright, so we need to finish trying to make this look a bit better. Work on our high school. God, that's such a steep cliff right there. Wonder if we can taper that off at all. That's a bit better. Do the same thing here. I still think that's really cool. You got the football stadium and everything overlooking the river. Alright, so all that's building in. We were starting to work on our downtown, and we were working on our industry sector. I think we've got both schools in. Did we get medical clinic in? We did. Yeah, we got all of our services in. So now really we just need to come in and fill out a lot of this residential stuff that we were working on, and obviously our commercial demand is through the roof right now. And I think I did. Why are these? Okay, so we need more row housing along the top here. Right. How far can we go? Looks like 5 and 6. Yeah, let's do. I think there's a trick. I wonder if it'll let me do it here. Change the grid. No. I think if I do it right here. Yep. So you see how that grid changed? So it's a kind of it's not perfect, but it is a way to adjust which road your grid is on. Quick shout out to Newt for telling me about this. So if you have two roads like at an intersection and it's not zoning on the right one, you can block it off with the pedestrian path and it'll move the grid. So you see how this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we want it to go the full 6, but it can't because it's prioritizing zoning here. So if I remove the zoning by putting a pedestrian path here, you see how it fixes the grid? So now I've got even 6 all the way across. So you come through and you go ahead and zone that. And then you can go back and delete the paths that you don't want. And so that's a kind of a life hack or a, tip and trick to adjust your zoning grids to fit what you're trying to do a little bit better. Just something neat that that you can do until we get a proper mod or gameplay adjustment that lets you actually pick. Oh, new signature building, Balter Pines, a stone monolith that diversifies and enhances its surroundings. Interesting. It looks like a row house. Roundhouse. Freaking Family Guy. Alright, so under our signature buildings, here it is. Balter Pine. Oh, look at this. It's a pretty cool building. What does it do? +3 well-being within 820 yards. I feel like this should be in this area with the rest of the row houses. And it'll actually manually let me put it right here. So that would pretty much encompass this whole area. I feel it seems like a good spot to put it. Let's put that down. But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't really been able to get this video up. I've been in and out of work at crazy times. So yeah, what we're doing, yeah, we got this building built in. We have so many people parking on the streets because of these row houses. We need to get some parking in. What if we put a parking lot like right here? What's a good size one that would fit in? Definitely don't want to put a big old parking garage there. That one's too big. Like trying to find the right forage, right? So what if we did? I don't want to put it at the angle here because since that road's curved, so maybe we can kind of offset it a bit. Let's do one. I do want to put a park in here too. So let's put the parking lot. I wonder if that'll work that way. It might. Let's do it. I can turn off. You can turn off snapping if you want to try to really fine tune where you want to put something. Do something like that. And then we can run. What kind of road do we want to use? Just a basic 2-lane road will be fine. I did it again. I used the wrong frickin'. That just looks terrible. Alright. We're gonna have to do it sideways, aren't we? And that's gonna look even weirder. something like that. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. At all. Alright, new plan. We're just gonna relocate. Turn snapping back on. I think it's straight in. We're just gonna put it directly. Yeah, there we go. And then I think what we'd do, we have parks. Let's see, do we have any down here? No. We haven't built any. Alright. So that's like a large dog park, small playground, small plaza, and then small park. Let's see. The plaza is probably the best bet. I apologize, apparently that was a highlight. One of these days I'm gonna remember to mute all my stuff before I start recording YouTube, you know, I'm such a noob. That's ESPN telling me I've got fantasy football tonight. It's Thursday. Put the plaza across from the parking lot. We're gonna have a lot of empty space here. I wonder if we could build a little alley that runs in here, and then we can put some playgrounds or something in here. That way we don't have so much dead space. Contours. So there's a hill there. So what if we go and do something like that, and put a little roundabout on the end, and then now we can come through and put some parks here. We can still put the plaza in. Oh, the plaza just seems out of place there. Maybe small plaza and some playgrounds and stuff. There we go. And we'll come back through and we're gonna fill this in with trees, so this is gonna look a little bit better. It looks really weird when there's no trees around. Already put the dog park in, yeah. Small playground. Yeah, the only thing missing is the plaza. We'll leave that off. Alright. What were we using? We were using spruce trees? Yeah. Let's go ahead and get those in. Lower the brush size, increase the strength. Go through. Once these grow, this will look a lot better. It does take a little bit of time for that to happen, but once it does, look a lot better. I do miss the old ways of City Skylines 1 where you could just put fully grown trees in it. I understand why they did this because of the industries, but I feel like there should be an option, like you can put a decorative tree in as an asset that doesn't produce the lumber, so you can't cheese your forestry industry, but at the same time it lets you decorate a lot easier and quicker and not having to wait for trees. Can we get some right in here? Yeah. May have to come in and manually place some. Sometimes it doesn't quite get them where you want them. Along the road right here. There we go. So that's already looking better. As you can see the difference between putting the trees in and not. Alright, so that's going. Our row houses are finally building in. Nice. Neutral, though. What are people mad about? High taxes and unreliable healthcare. Those taxes are not that high. 13 is actually pretty good. Okay. Let's up our parking fee. Yes, you will pay me to park here. Then, God, we really could use another parking lot over here, because that is not enough parking for all of this. I'm trying to think how the best way to do it's going to be because of the terrain. Like we could put one. We could put one right here. of the smaller ones can go right here by the bridge. Go. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. The City Skylines 2 does a really bad job of. So it's flattened here, but then it puts this piece right here that's like on the hill instead of just flattening the whole area for the asset. I don't know why it does that. And now he's okay. It's not like there's an entrance right here, bud. I'm so confused why that's doing that, but whatever. Alright. And then supposedly they fixed the trash too, so should we go ahead and build a... Oh, we don't have the incinerator, do we? We do not. Right. We'll wait. Okay, so that's going. We need to get it some more commercial in. How do we want to zone this? Let's see. Alleyway, single curve. Like that. And this one, I don't know how we're going to connect this one in. Doesn't necessarily have to. We can run this. Problem is we have this really huge hill. So maybe we can just extend this out and then put a roundabout here. So you can drive around and then turn around. And then maybe we could put some parking here. Or another park to go with the high school. That could look cool. What do we have? We don't have much in the way of parks right now. Fortunately. I think it would be pretty neat if we had one of the, once we unlock some of the better parks, to put some things here. But we can go ahead and flatten this out. Extend that out a little bit, so that way we've got the space for whatever we do decide to put in there. There we go. Okay. And we've got... Alright, so we need to get some commercial down here. Let's see, we got this whole... That's a good spot for some. Interior design. We have office demand as well. Let's see. And we were trying to figure out what to do with these random squares that I had made that I'm not too terribly fond of. We didn't. We just built the playground. Alright. Looks like people are starting to park, which is good. Let's see. It's a good place because this is all going to be residential tucked up under here. Let's get some offices, maybe. Man, this terrain just makes this so difficult. Some office buildings in here, maybe. And some more commercial. Maybe like right here on the corner. Some commercial in there. And then we just have a lot of industry demand as well, and low res. Right. Well, our industry sector is filling in pretty rapidly. Let's see if we can get some of these industry buildings to spawn the way I want them to. I don't know if it's going to work, but... Where's the fertile land? So we don't want to build them in this fertile land because we're going to need that, but somewhere like right here. So So if we do like a 4... Alright, so you see the building is coming in. Oh, this is part of the thing that is in the patch. It's under construction, so now we have to wait. Oh, this is awful. I can't see what kind of building this is anymore until it's done. You can kind of guess based on the name. Rust Bucket doesn't sound agricultural, but before you'd be able to see what company was moving in. Now we bulldoze that. Pelity, I don't know what that's going to be. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So I don't like that change because you can't. Now it makes it even harder to dictate your industry building. So now you got to wait however long for this thing to build. Yeah, that's not a good change. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Let's see, can we soften this at all, or no? I'm gonna get rid of these random mounds that were created when we zoned that, so it doesn't look so funky. Try to soften that hill up a little bit. It's gonna be so great once we get proper key walls that you can build as decoration instead of having to do this complex nonsense with the roads. It looks like we have enough space where we can get another one in, though. Maybe we can connect it off of here and run it through. So then we have 3-tier row housing. That'd be pretty cool. Looking pretty nice. Let's see. One of the other things in the patch notes too was they increased the radius of most of your services. I know the elementary school was on there, your fire department was on there. I think police as well got improved coverage areas. So yeah, so now you gotta wait. I mean, I like that it tells you it's under construction, but I wish it would tell you who is moving in. It's really unfortunate. There's our police station. So such a high commercial demand. Oh, and it's raining. Fantastic. I think there's a good couple spots we can tuck in some commercial. It's not too bad right there on the corner here. Few corner stores there. Another good spot right here next to the parking lot. That'll help a little bit. And we need more industry as well. I need a lot of space up here for that. Let's just go ahead and zone this little corner there. Alright. Still gotta figure out what to do with this little thing here. I don't think we had any wind. Oh, I can't tell anyways. Wind speed too low. Oh, that's close to being able to put some wind turbines out there. That look pretty neat. We really need to get to level 5 so I can get intersections so we can get over here. I mean, we could build a bridge here. Actually, this is the spot for the bridge, right here. So we can delete kind of what we did, had the bridge, and then go on. Yeah. The wheels be turning. Alright, so let's delete that. Delete that for a second. Come back through. Level that out. Nope, that was the wrong thing to do. Alright. So what we can do, though, is we want to grab this height here, right click to grab it, and then where we want our bridge to connect, make a little platform, so now they're the same height, right? So this spot and that road are now level. And in theory, we should be able to build a bridge. Apparently not. Apparently we're not allowed to build bridges. Why? Why are we not allowed to build this bridge? Oh, it's like going down instead of... Why you do this? Elevation to... Excuse me? See, this is where, like, it's not snapping properly to the terrain. It's not staying flat. It's like following the terrain down instead of staying level. This is really strange. And there's no way to change that, as far as I'm aware. It's like we have to go increase our elevation. Try to match. I think this is probably as close as we're gonna get. And then turn this back off. And then connect. I want a bridge, just want the road. Something like that. And that works. I should be able to tuck the road up under there. And now we have access to this whole area here where we're going to set up our logging industry. Okay. And then I don't think we necessarily need the... It's a pretty drastic hill there. Take my own advice and do the slope. That just looks so much better when you do that. The game should do that on its own, though. You shouldn't have to do this much work to get a proper bridge in, but... Hey, when the bridge DLC comes out, maybe that'll work better. Yes, that's a thing. Bridges and ports is going to be a DLC. Let's see if we can just tuck that underneath. There we go. Oh, that's crooked as hell. Why'd y'all let me do that? Now, see, this is where me not knowing how to shift things is the problem, because there's a way to grab that and move it, and I don't know how to do it. Oh, that's not it. I need to go look that up, I really do, because there is a way to do it. So for now, we're just gonna have this really crooked piece. I suppose I could delete it. It's because I didn't line that up properly. Yeah. And we desperately need an undo button as well. Oh well, we'll just have to leave that until I can figure out how to drag and drop things. The roads. Alright. So that's in, so now let's get our forestry industry in. Just a 2-lane road here. Tuck it along here. We'll do that until we get intersections, and we can... Oh, that's not even a highway, that's a train. I am stupid. This whole time I thought that was a road. God, if only I looked. That's okay, we can build a train station here. I think they've maybe got that patched enough? I don't know. There were issues with it. But at the very least, we can start logging. That's not the logging button. It was a tree. I was close. Alright. So let's go ahead and get our timber here. Go. Oh yeah, and there's no water or anything going through the bridge. So we need to run our pipes. Go. So there's our first logging company. Let's go ahead and get a couple more in. I think one like right here maybe. The logging zones are kind of hard to see, especially in like really dense forest. Like it changes the ground color, but still it's not as easy as say the farmland. So there we go. And then let's get one more tucked in over here. Connect it to this other one. Go. Now we're making our own lumber, so that's good. We now have a surplus of, so that's good. But this is what I was talking about, your specialized industries. So if you go down to your, your material goods. So you have things like beverages, food, furniture. So you have businesses that will specialize in these things. Like you'll zone an industry and it'll come up with, you know, I don't know, Larry's Luxurious Chairs, okay? And it'll make furniture. But there's no way to dictate if it's going to build that building. You might zone an industry and you might get 7 food buildings. Well, you don't need food. Or like, you see we have a huge deficit for convenience food. If I zone an industry area and it just doesn't build a convenience food, I'm still going to have this deficit here. You should be able to dictate what buildings you make so that way you can effectively manage your production chains. Right now it's completely random. And it's made worse by the fact that you have to wait now for the building to build to see what kind of building it is. Speaking of which, this one finished. So this one, at the end of the day, is machinery. Well, that makes no sense. I don't want machinery here. I want that to be a farm, or something related to agriculture. But now I gotta delete it and wait for it to build again to see if it matches what we want. We desperately need an ability to dictate our industrial zones. That's my biggest really complaint right now, is that you're at the mercy of zoning RNG, which is, when it's a city builder, you should be able to pick what you build, I think, but I digress. Alright. At least we've got our lumber going. The only thing we need now is rock, and there's not really a good spot to put that right now. I'll have to wait till we expand again. This is coming along nicely, though, this area here. Starting to look pretty good. Oh yeah, I was gonna put a park. Oh, can I fit that campground thing in here? Oh, it does fit. So this might look okay. There we go. Across from the school, and then we can come back through with our trees. This thing will work a little bit better. Now we have this nice little park area across the school with shops on the corners and the fire department. There we go. Looks a lot better. We need, God, that parking lot's already almost full. I think maybe we should, that's what it should be right here, is more parking, but I don't want to flood the area with parking lots, but unfortunately it's either that or park on the street with the row houses because they don't have built-in parking. It's the downside to the row houses. I wonder, that's not where parking is. If we can get this one. Oh, we could have built the Golden Gate Bridge. was I looking for? Parking. So we could get a small parking lot here. That wouldn't really do much. Really, we need something like this. The bigger one. So, I mean, I could tuck this in. Like, if I run an alley or a road right here along this ridge and then tuck this in behind it. It's off. Grab me bananas. So we could do... It would fit, like, right there. Would that be enough parking for... still it's a bit far from over here. That parking lot's gonna fill up pretty quick too. I wonder... I could put it there, but it's gonna do weird things with the terrain, so we don't want to do that. Like, that's the whole... This whole experience on this map is it's gonna do weird things to the terrain. Some more trees. Apparently I made that guy happy. I planted a tree and he leveled up. Alright. And did our office buildings ever zone in? Yeah. Mouthwater Press produces media and requires software. Oh, so both of these things require software. Cool. Now, if only I could tell, my city to produce software, but I'm beating a dead horse at this point, aren't I? I'll stop. I will stop. Alright, so how far do we want to zone our low density housing? What we're doing? We're doing by 3s. They were 3 and 4 all the way around. Let's go back to 4 here. And then I think I'm not going to do any more row housing here. Oh, I already did, because I'm stupid. God almighty. I do this all the time. Especially with the greens. I'll pick the wrong one. We'll do something like that. Just to get some more housing in there. And then... So, okay, here's another trick. Remember how I was talking about the zoning? So you see how this is zoned off of Briarwood Street and not Strawberry? Well, I want the shops on Strawberry, so to fix this, take your pedestrian path and block it off on Briarwood, right here. And now it puts the grid there. So now, our grid is now on this street, so we can zone it facing the way we want it to go. Which I was going to do something like that. So, neat little trick if you are having issues with the zoning not being where you want it. That was a better example, I think, than when I was trying to do it earlier. Some more trees in here. Nice. I have so much just weird space in this playthrough that I gotta try to find ways to fill. We might end up just putting a lot of trees and shrubbery. Hey, bring me a shrubbery. Stuff in there. Alright, the high school. Should we go ahead and build the library? Can't hurt. At some point here, we want to start setting up our bus lines. We don't quite have enough people for it yet, but we're getting there. It would be kind of nice to have some neighborhoods out here in the farmland too, along this canal. Or was this Garnet Street, which should run the whole... Yeah, so Garnet Street just goes all the way around. Look at that. Yeah. But if we just keep zoning along here... Where was our fertile land? Okay, so we have this little space right here we can use for like a small little community for the farms. I know this was following this grid line here. We can just, maybe we can tuck that in right here to that intersection. There we go. Now we got a nice little four-way. Good. And then let's see if we can run. The problem is this is sloping downhill, so we got to be kind of careful with how we do our zoning. There's a nice rock right there. Rock! Okay. Alright, so let's go through and put in some housing. I'm thinking, because we want low land value here if they're going to be working on the farms, uneducated, right? So I'm thinking the 3s. Let's maybe space them out. Give them some space in between. So we'll do. It's going to be a little. We'll have to come back through and work on that. Something like that, and then. Through and do. Space it out a little bit. Go. I'll have to do some terrain editing here to get that leveled off. That's just such a deep slope right there. Good lord. Something like that. I'll fix that a little bit. Just to get rid of those ridges that are building in there. Alright. So that's building. Did our other industry ever finish? What is this? Wood and timber. Fantastic. All the way over here. That's not where we want it, but whatever. Too bad I can't relocate it. I'd love to pick that up and go plop it over here in our lumber industry. At least it makes a little bit more sense as opposed to, what was it, machinery? So. Oh, look at our, it's actually flowing this time. I wonder if that was a bug on the other map I was on. Where it wasn't actually going with the river, or maybe they patched the water finally and just didn't notate it, I don't know. But I had issues where you would pump it into a water source or a water area that would have, let me see if I can find the pump. So you'd have the arrows, but it wouldn't move, it would just puddle up there even though you had arrows. Although I'm noticing, no, yeah. Oh, it actually shows up now. Did you see that? I don't remember seeing that before. Maybe I just haven't looked. This is going to be the poo bridge. We should rename this Stool Bridge. Because that's exactly what's flowing under it. I really do need to get the water treatment plant. I think that was what we were wanting to do. Oh well. At least it's going downriver, so we don't have to worry about it. But, anywho, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I got to go into work early again today. So, again, sorry for the delay in getting this video up. Hopefully next week will be better. It is Thursday today at the time of recording, so that means our live stream is tomorrow, Friday. Hopefully I can get this video up tonight, so that way when you listen to this, it makes sense. So, hopefully you can catch the live stream tomorrow, and the replay from the previous one is up as well. And as always, I do appreciate you hanging out. Hope you're enjoying the series. If you have any suggestions or comments or anything, feel free to leave them or join the Discord and talk there. I would appreciate it. But enough of me rambling on. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend. And I will see you all soon.